Welcome to Coffee with Carrie. I appreciate you stopping by today. Today I was going to hone in on one thing that I've mentioned over and over again in other videos when I talk about being dating ready or ready to get back out there or feeling confident to get back out there. We always talk about your smile and your eyes. Today I wanted to forget about the eyes and I wanted to focus in on being confident out there because you know everything in this area here is peachy keen, taken care of, and attracting other people to you. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this episode yet. My thought was, is your mouth the problem? I'm pretty sure I'm not going to name it that, but let's talk about how stuff with your mouth matters when you're putting yourself out there, meeting new people, dating, and being social in general. It shouldn't take long, but when you think about it, there are actually quite a few things about our mouth that are important when we're being social and putting ourselves out there dating. So let's talk about those today. That's what's on the agenda. Now, don't you just think it's absolutely crazy that dental health, according to our insurance companies, is not considered health? We all know that dental health is health. If your mouth is not healthy, it affects your whole body. You can literally die from things being wrong with your mouth. And I thought we would just start simply with the lips, because at this time of year, some of us live in climates like I do here in Chicago, and it's very cold, very harsh, wintry, dry weather. And I always know it's coming because all summer, spring, fall, my lips, I don't notice because they are doing nothing wrong. But when the cold weather, dry weather comes, I wake up with chapped lips. So I just wanted to make sure, especially maybe some of you fellas aren't aware, that you can use a little scrub to get off any dead skin so that your lips will look kissable on a first date. You can do that with a little sugar mixed in with some coconut oil. The other thing that people do sometimes is use a damp washcloth to rub their lips until any of the dry skin flakes away. And then you want to put something on that's going to seal in any moisture that you do have. It can be a luxurious chapstick or lip moisturizer, but if you want to keep it super simple, a petroleum, Vaseline is a petroleum, is just fine. It locks in the moisture. What I always think about Vaseline is that I want to make sure that whatever I'm putting it over is not just arid wasteland. I want to make sure it's already damp. So I would do that over moist lips if you've put a lip moisturizer on or after brushing your teeth when the water's been absorbed by your skin. But every night there's a 20 chapsticks in the little box next to my bed. I don't have to reapply it all day like some people do, but it's great overnight to wake up and your lips still have some type of a chapstick. I do want to remind you though to avoid two very common ingredients that you find in lip products at the drugstore, and that is camphor, CAMPHOR, and menthol. These are things that actually dry your lips out, and they put them in all these lip products. It's crazy. So this video may be worth it just for that piece of information alone. So if you don't have any loose teeth or teeth that are broken, teeth that are causing you pain, regular dental checkup should be enough for you. I know that they say every 6 months, but if I don't make it 6 months, 9 months is just fine. I don't like waiting a whole year between appointments. Cleanings I enjoy getting, and I want to check up more than once a year just in case anything has gone wrong with my over 50 mouth. I want to know that I'm catching it like any other health problem in my body as soon as I can. I brought a few things from my room to share with you, and one of them I wanted to share is that a few years back I felt that my teeth were shifting. They just weren't lining up the way they were moving as I was getting older, and I didn't like the direction. So I had contemplated doing Invisalign or Smile Direct, is that company that you can order braces online. They send you all the little sets. Just grabbed my top retainer thing here, but this is my retainer and it's something I just wear to bed. And even when we were changing these out every 2 weeks with different small incremental movements to shift my teeth, I still only wore them to sleep in. The doctor said every 2 weeks we'll give you a new one. I said, I'm only wearing them for 8 hours a night, make it 2.5 weeks so that my teeth get used to them. So it slowed us down a tiny bit, but I didn't have to wear them and talk funny during my waking hours. But I do still sleep in this. And it isn't really that difficult to talk but this is actually moving my teeth a little. I can feel that they're a little tight right now. These hold my teeth now just like a regular retainer would, in the position that my doctor, dentist, and I decided would be ideal. So if your smile is not making you confident putting yourself out there, there are things to check into. It's much more reasonably priced than it was like when my kids had braces. The good thing about brushing my teeth like 3, 4, 5 times a day and flossing a few times a day is that I catch problems early. So when I said if you don't have any teeth that are broken or jagged, I did find that something had broken off recently. I was having a snag when I was flossing my teeth, and I do have a dentist appointment coming up since my cleaning 2 weeks ago to fix something there. I'm going to need a crown replaced where he found that it's cracked. These are the reasons that 6 to 9 months is important. You don't just go years because your teeth feel fine. There's stuff going on that you need to be aware of more quickly. Taking care of your teeth is like a check-in, brushing them and flossing. I don't want to get into the weeds and remind you that you always brush going down away from your gums, or if you're using an electric toothbrush like my Sonicare to hold it at a 45-degree angle, although I just threw that in there for you anyway. Make sure that you're brushing for a good 2 minutes. I forgot who I was with when they were brushing their teeth. I'm like, you're done already? I think it was my 5-year-old nephew. And I'm like, no, we have to get good habits now. You cannot be brushing your teeth for 30 seconds and be done. You have to get all the surfaces, dude. So we're teaching him right. I'm teaching him right. For those of you who are a little bit older like me, well, even if not, if you're a person who drinks coffee, tea, you like wine, or you were at some point a person who had tobacco around your mouth, you may need to be brightening those up. I talk about it all the time. I have this little case here that keeps my little bleaching trays here much more flexible than my retainer, and then these get filled with my little tube of bleaching gel that goes in. You cannot use, although I tried, you cannot use the retainer for bleaching your teeth because it doesn't have the little pockets built in that hold the bleach up against your teeth. It's literally made to be tight with no room. The bleach would literally just get pushed away from your teeth, in fact. So I'm an idiot. But after my teeth cleaning, I do this about 4 or 5 times in that first week in order to brighten them up once all the plaque or tartar has been removed. My dad used to buy me my bleaching gel when he'd buy it for himself and my brother. But I have a situation with my dentist where I bought the molds, and he now gives me a tube of this every time I have my teeth cleaned included. If you don't want to do that through your dentist, he does not recommend the Zoom treatments he does not recommend the treatments at your dentist's office where you do it all at once. He feels people's teeth get way too sensitive. If you do get any sensitivity, I recommend the Sensodyne toothpaste. I brush my teeth with this for a few days before my cleaning so that by the time I bleach my teeth, they're feeling pretty confident and strong to hold up against any sensitivity that the bleach could cause or make me a little sensitive to cold. I'm working my way through the mouth. We did the lips, we did the teeth. As long as your gums aren't bleeding, they shouldn't ever bleed when you floss or when you brush, unless you like slip and jab yourself with your floss. Just remember that what you're doing is like just scraping the sides of your teeth when you're flossing, and you're trying to get up underneath that little edge there to remove anything that's built up on the tooth so that you can remove any tartar and plaque so that it doesn't lead to gum disease, periodontal disease, or gingivitis, which, as you know, are diseases of the mouth, which are just like diseases of the body and can affect you very negatively. Easy to keep at bay by brushing and flossing at least once a day on the flossing. Why am I not being paid by the American Dental Association? And I should have thought about this ahead of time. This section I'm calling Tongue and Beyond because I brought downstairs my 2 tongue scrapers, one that my daughter gave me, and I loved it so much that I bought one for the other floor of my house. And these are literally, you bend them in half, scrape from the back of your tongue to remove anything. Garlic pizza after dinner, after brushing, you scrape your tongue and it takes all that garlic flavor with it, it seems. Taking away any halitosis that may be lingering on your tongue is a good thing. I think I use that. You may enjoy it. I don't like the ones that are little sticks like they're built like this. You buy them at the drugstore. See if you can find one that is like the loop, because that is metal and it really can press down and it really does scrape as opposed to skipping along and maybe clearing half your tongue. So what I say, as long as they're not swollen, they're not bleeding, you're good. And then I would be remiss if we did not discuss halitosis before leaving this topic forever. Lots of reason people have bad breath. Some of it has to do with health, the rest of their body. So it's regular health can impact smell emanating from your mouth. A lot of times it's bad teeth, gingivitis, as we talked about, periodontal disease, decay that has been not causing you any pain, so you haven't noticed it yet. What you eat can easily be removed with brushing and the tongue scraper. But some people have a very dry mouth. They don't make a lot of saliva, and your dentist can give you something for that if that's your issue, because that does also cause halitosis. The problem that I personally have, if we're going to, I hope this isn't too much information, is that I have an implant as my back tooth, and there's an area between my implant and my tooth that would trap food. So I have to be very careful that after every meal, that's maybe why I brush 5 times a day. Every time I put food in my mouth, I floss that area and brush my teeth, because you could get something trapped in there. It's called food entrapment, and you don't want food hanging out in your mouth. That wouldn't smell good hours later for sure. But I did want to mention also that sugar makes bacteria very happy. I never realized that sugar is like what bacteria loves. It gives bacteria a great little breeding ground. Yum, 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 yum. Sugar, as you know, to make cavities, but that can also give people halitosis or bad breath. So if you do have sugar, make sure to get that out of your mouth. When you're brushing and using the tongue scraper, that's enough. My son recently bought me a new mouthwash. The reason he bought me this special one, I know it has aloe in it, is because it has no alcohol. And the reason you may, if you're like me, not want alcohol in your mouthwash, check your label, is because the alcohol not only kills bad bacteria in your mouth, but it kills your good bacteria, which you want to keep your mouth healthy and flourishing and keeping away anything negative. I poured it into a liquor or wine decanter because I thought it looked really cool on the internet. When somebody else showed that in their bathroom, I realized, oh, I have one that I haven't used in years. I don't drink alcohol, but I do have my mouthwash in a decanter because I'm a classy broad. I hope you found that interesting or helpful, and that when you incorporate all these things, you don't have to think about, do I have, you might have to do that, but you don't have to worry about your breath. You'll know that your smile is bright, white, inviting. Just take care of your teeth. It shows that you value your own self. It's the appearance of someone who is confident and has great self-esteem, caring for themselves in that way. And people love to be with people who value themselves because they know that they also will be valued by a person like that. All right. Leave me a comment down below. Give the episode a thumbs up like Mom is suggesting. Mom, whose periodontal disease I fortunately did not inherit. It is genetic, but me with my fantastic dental hygiene have avoided it. And every time the hygienist does those little measurements to see if there's any space between your teeth and your gums, she's like, your numbers are fantastic. I'm like, no thanks to my parents. Keep up what you're doing. Maybe that's why I take such good care, because I would be predisposed to what my parents had, which is that gum disease. Take care of your teeth, take care of your heart, and be positive, be confident, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a good one. Could cause gum disease, periodontal disease, or